Hello, today I will start your lecture 6 on your course on kinetics and theory of machines. In the previous lecture I have discussed about the degree of freedom of plane mechanisms, and I have shown you a couple of examples. So today we will study about more of these examples I will show you, and also about the Grubler's criterion of mechanisms. So see here, this is a kinematic chain. You can see over here, see the links over here. This is number 1, this is the ground link, this is 2, 3, 4, this one is 5, this one is 6, and this one is again 1. Okay, so there are total of 6 links in this chain. So NL, number of links NL is equal to 6. Now we will calculate the number of pairs in this chain. So 1 and 2, this form a pair. So this is one pair. Similarly 2 and 3, this is another pair. So this is second pair, this is the third link. It is in contact with the ground through a point contact over here. So this is the third link, this is fourth link, this is fifth one, the fifth link. Here you can see there are 3 links which are connected. So the number of kinematic pairs over here will be 2, because the 3 links are connected. So the number of links is 2. So total 5 plus 2, 7, and this is the last one. This is the 8th one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So number of pairs, number of joints, it is equal to 8. So now we will calculate the number of degrees of freedom in this chain. So the degree of freedom of this pair is 1. Okay, this is revolute pair. Similarly for this one, the degree of freedom is 1. This one also 1. So total 3. Now see over here, you have this link is connected to the ground by means of a point contact. So this is a higher pair, and here this will allow both rolling as well as sliding. This will allow rolling as well as sliding. So here, so this has degree of freedom of 2, because this allows both rolling and sliding without losing the point of contact. So total number of degree of freedom for this pair is 2. So 3 plus 2, 5. This is 6. This one has 2 degree of freedom. So 6 plus 2 is 8, and this is 9. This is 1. Total of 9. So total number of individual degrees of freedom, sigma I is equal to 1 to 8 becomes 9. So the total calculating the degree of freedom for this chain, 3 into NL minus 1 minus 3 into NJ plus individual sum of the degree of freedom. So 3 into 6 minus 1 minus 3 into 8 plus 9. 15 minus 24 plus 9. It gives the result of 0. So this arrangement of links, actually it will not move as the degree of freedom becomes 0. So this is an example of a structure. So let us come to the next example over here. You see, this is a surgical tool. See, this is a figure of a surgical tool. Now we will draw the kinematic diagram of this surgical tool, and we will fix one of the links to the ground, which is this finger grip. Okay, we will ground it, which actually also grounds this barrel. So we have named this link as number 1. Okay. So see, here I have drawn the kinematic diagram. This is the hinge, okay, which is grounded. So this is this finger grip. Now this second link, as you can see, this is the other finger grip. That means this is this finger grip. This is linked to, which is connected to a revolute pair over here. This revolute pair. This is again connected to the slider inside the barrel. So this is the third link, by means of which it is connected to the slider. The slider you cannot see in this diagram. It is inside the barrel. So here I have drawn the slider, which is the fourth link. So over here the number of links is 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. This is the slider. NL is equal to 4. Now number of pairs is NJ is equal to 1. This is 2. This is 3, and this is the prismatic pair. This is 4. Total number of pairs is 4. 3 revolute pairs and 1 prismatic pair. So total number of pairs is 4, and the individual degree of freedom for this each revolute pair is 1, and for the prismatic pair it is also 1. So 3 into 1 plus 1 is 4. So total number of degree of freedom, individual degrees of freedom of the pairs is 4. So we will now calculate the DOF for this whole chain, which is 3 into NL minus 1, 4 minus 1 minus 3 into NJ, 3 into 4 plus 4, which gives us 1. So the overall degree of freedom of this mechanism is 1. So which is being controlled by the surgeon, by the surgeon's fingers. So by moving this finger grip, the surgeon controls the movement of the barrel. That means this one, this link controls the surgeon controls the motion of the slider inside the barrel. Okay, the slider is located inside the barrel. Now this slider is extended right from here to the end effector of this tool, okay, which controls the scissors, which controls the end effector. The scissors are connected over it, so which controls the scissors of the clamp. So now here, see, this is the figure of the end effector. This is the end effector, okay. Now see here, I have drawn the kinematic diagram of this end effector. So here, this is the ground hinge, okay, this one, this is the ground hinge, this is link 1, and this is the lower blade, this one, and this one, this is connected, you can see over here. So this is connected to the slider over here by means of a coupler, okay, link number 4. So this is connected to the slider which goes into the barrel, and over here this is the upper blade, it also connects to the slider in the similar manner. So you see the number of links over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, this slider. So the number of pairs now, this is actually 2 pairs, okay, 3 links are connected, so the number of pairs will be 2 for this one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this is 7, the prismatic pair. So total number of pairs is Nj is equal to 7 over here, and the number of individual degrees of freedom of these pairs is also 7, because they are either revolute or prismatic pairs. Now calculating the degree of freedom, 3 into Nj minus 1 minus Nl minus 1 minus 3 into Nj plus the sum of individual degrees of freedom. So 3 into 6 minus 1 minus 3 into 7 plus 7. 15 minus 21 plus 7, it gives final value of 1. Now this degree of freedom of 1 can be controlled by the doctor, by the fingers of the doctor. So we are done with the examples of the calculating the degree of freedom of plane mechanisms. Now we will come to the last topic of this lecture, that is the Grobler's criteria. You may have heard about this term, the Grobler's criteria. So now for studying Grobler's criteria, we will first have to know about the Puchbeck's criteria. Puchbeck also worked on this principle of movability of links. So this equation, as you can see, this is 3 into L minus 1 minus 2J minus H. This is the Puchbeck's criteria of plane mechanism. Okay, if we consider a plane mechanism, suppose say with L number of links. Now in the mechanism, one of the links has to be fixed. So the total number of movable links will be L minus 1. And thus the total number of degrees of freedom will be 3 into L minus 1 for a particular link. When they are not connected to any other link, the number of degrees of freedom will be 3 into L minus 1. Now for a mechanism, we know that the links, the L number of links were connected by the binary joints of, suppose, J number of binary joints or lower pairs having 1 degree of freedom, or higher pair which has 2 degrees of freedom. So the number of degrees of freedom of a mechanism, of such kind of mechanism having L number of links connected by means of J number of binary joints and having higher pairs or lower pairs. Binary joints means only lower pairs. So suppose the number of higher pairs is H. Okay. So according to Kutzbach's criterion, the number of degrees of freedom of the mechanism will be this 3 into L minus 1 minus 2J minus H. This equation is known as the Kutzbach criterion for movability of a mechanism having plane motion. Okay. Now suppose if the higher pairs is 0, if there is no higher pair present, so the equation will be 3 into L minus 1 minus 2J only. Okay. Now this Grubler's criterion, this Grubler actually it is nothing but a simple modification of the Kutzbach criterion. Now what Grubler did was that he wanted a degree of freedom of overall degree of freedom of 1. He wanted an overall degree of freedom of 1 for a mechanism, and he didn't want any number of higher pairs because he want to make a mechanism with the lower, only with the help of lower pairs. So over here what we will do is that, so we will put overall degree of freedom is equal to 1 in this equation. So, and we will put the number of higher pairs H is equal to 0. Now the result is that it comes that 1 is equal to 3L minus 3 minus 2J, as H is equal to 0. So 3L minus 2J minus 4 is equal to 0. 3L minus 2J minus 4 is equal to 0. This equation is known as the Grubler's criterion for plane mechanisms with constant motion. Okay. So this is the Grubler's criterion. Now, so here you can write this equation, this Grubler's equation, in this form: 3L minus 2 into in bracket J plus 2 is equal to 0. Now see, this number of pairs. This number of pairs can be of any number: 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 5, of any number. Now, if we add with 2, now if this is an odd number, so odd plus 2, odd plus even, it will become odd. And if this is an even number, if this J is a number of pairs is even, so this will become even. Now if this becomes odd or even, if it is either odd or even, if we multiply it with 2, if we multiply an odd number or even number or whatever with 2, then this resultant will be an even number. This resultant will be an even number. Whatever be the number of pairs, odd or even, this resultant 2 into J plus 2 will be even. Now this is an even number. Now over here you see the number of links. The number of links can be odd or even. Now if this is even, 3 is an odd number. So if this is an even number, so odd into even will become even. Odd into even will become even. And if this L is an odd number, number of links is an odd number, so 3 into odd number will become an odd number. So So this will become an odd number. And see, this is an even number. So odd number minus even number, it can never be 0. There will be a difference between the two. So for this difference to be 0, this 3L has to be an even number. This has to be an even number. For this to be an even number, L also has to be an even number. L has to be an even number for this to be even and overall result to be 0. So the number of links L has to be even. So this is what Grubler's explained, which could not be explained by Kurzbach. Okay, so the number of links for a mechanism of degree of freedom has to be of degree of freedom 1 has to be even. So this is all for today. So I hope you have learned about the Grubler's criterion and about the few examples of degree of freedom of plane mechanisms. Okay, so this is all for today. Thank you.